Yo, 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 what is up, everyone? Good to see you. How are you? Bro, I'm be honest with you, I tried to start as early as I could, but I don't even think we can get games in because the stream is about to start in like 6 minutes. How are you guys? Happy Thursday, I think. Good to see you all. I don't know if you guys want to just chill, hang out until they start their stream. Michelle, good to see you. How are you? William, what's up, dude? Weather has been pretty crazy, dude. It's like fucking every day is a thunderstorm. Got me some OJ, dude. I'm waking up sick, dude. Eternal, good to see you, man. Ryan, Richard, John, what's up, guys? All the OGs, Michelle, how's everyone? Can't wait to see what they're cooking. Me too, dude. What do you guys want to hear them talk about? That's the question. Party's working? I don't even know. I didn't even try. Yeah, it worked. Happy about that. I did change my Bubba, by the way. Last night or last stream we had people asking me to go max damage Bubba, so I did that. I'm doing pretty good, Michelle. I'm doing pretty good. Just a little busy is all. I had to go hang out with some fam stuff. I wanted to start earlier. Rand, good to see you. Bobby, John, dude, that's #1 for me. I genuinely do not care about anything else like I care about the lobby situation. What I want is, for one, I want them to admit that it's a backfill issue, so I don't feel like a conspiracy theorist every time I talk about it. And then two, I want them to have a game plan to fix it. Spider, what's up? In all cold. Hey, it's good to see you. No worries, no worries. Always happy to have you. But after we talk about the lobby situation, then it would be kind of cool to, I don't know, talk about a family member, some family content, whatever else they got going on. Party systems. The backfill is like, so it's the actual like coding to the lobby system. Like when people leave, like you have your lobby dodgers, you have that kind of stuff. That's always going to be normal, right? There's obviously more victims than there are family members. That's going to be an issue, but there's an actual problem with the coding to the lobby. There's gotta be, like, when there's like one spot and you sit there for 45 minutes and no one joins, and then one victim leaves and then it instantly joins. Like there's something going on behind the scenes in that system that is not correct. I just want them to admit it. I want to hear their dirty little mouth admit it. No, I'm kidding. But I would like to hear them talk about it. John, what's up, dude? Good to see you, man. I'm doing all right, I just wanted to come hang out with you guys for a little bit. We're gonna react to the dev stream. Hopefully it's a good one, man. Preview of the future DLC, maybe some juice on Maria. Dude, imagine we get a little tease on Maria. Museum mode. Oh, the whole 90-day thing. I wonder if they're gonna address that. I think it's Matt and Wes going on today. Oh, they are live. Hold up.
I'll be right back.
Whoa. Michelle with the gifted? Are you crazy? And it went to John. Oh, that's so awesome.
Bob Richardson just donated $4.29.
Oh,
They said impression of Wes yelling at you for doing a door slam on one of your friends.
Wes is like actually a really like chill guy, so he'd probably be like, Anthony, don't do that, dude. He's not. I don't think he's the type to yell. Okay, tell me if you guys can hear this. Oh, I have it muted. Hold up. Bring it down a little bit. Okay, this music is a little like, you know, a little scary. You know what I mean? People should be able to leave the lobby if they want, as long as, yeah. See, that's the thing, Richard. In a game, I put this on the Reddit a long time ago, but in a game like this where you cannot choose.
New subscriber, welcome to the community.
Ready? Thank you, dude. In a game like this where you cannot choose the character that you want to play as 100%, there's always going to be lobby dodging, no matter the maps, no matter the characters, no matter any of that. Jackson, how are you doing? Good morning. So you need to prioritize a system that is getting people in and out of lobbies as quick as possible to find the lobby that they want to be in. So that's my opinion on it. Oh, Nico's in here. Not Jason, bro. I'm gonna drop some Bubba love. Volume's good. Okay, nice. New kills, some updates on transfer between devs. Yeah, that's gonna be interesting. That's gonna be interesting to talk about. Bone, what's up, dude? Good morning, man. I'm doing all right. Doing all right. Good to see you. This is a little scary, low-key. They put on this type of music, and then they tweet out, "We're gonna talk about the state of the game." What are you doing? Trying to give me a heart attack? Museum mode would be cool. Get a little sneak peek, bro. A little trailer to get us hyped. Anything family related would be cool. Oh, damn, they have a slowdown. But lobbies, in my opinion, is number one. B, good to see you. Good morning. Hope you're well. It's just Matt.
Everybody, for those of you who don't know me, my name is Matt. I'm your brand strategy lead here at Gun, and we're live with the community check-in. Before we get into the community check-in, I want to address the chicken in the room. Yeah, there you go. Yesterday, Wes was feeling a little under the weather, and overnight that turned into fully under the weather. So Wes is
should be
out
good
sick
now
today. I hope he's getting rest and feeling better soon. So I'm going to be running this one solo.
Oh, just Matt. Okay.
Now, before I have a bunch of notes I want to cover here and things I want to talk about.
I'm doing good, B. I'm doing good.
Before I get into that, I want to make a couple of things clear. This is not a showing off the new killer stream. This isn't the new family member. This isn't new content. We're not pushing anything at you guys today. And the reason I want to say that right at the jump is because I know that
bad news for the game. I'm not sure. I hope not.
Check out this new family member. Check out this new execution pack, whatever the case is. That's not really the goal of this stream. You know, we wanted to, we know the situation with the game right now. Obviously, I think you guys realize we're very in touch with our community, and you know, we see what's going on and some of the frustrations that are happening. And so we had some things we wanted to address, and we felt like the best way to get that done is to sit down and be in front of the camera and get these things said.
Okay, I like it.
It's kind of part of the way this all works, having to occasionally sit down and you know, the nature of the check in with you guys, talk about some of these things and get some things ironed out and talked about. So yeah, like I said, you know, new family member, we'll have news on that soon enough. I'll talk a little bit about what's going on there and all of that within my notes, as well as the other pieces of new content that we've got planned. We've got a lot of things
Transparency is good.
I'm also going to take some of your questions, but I want to save that for the end. Let me get through this outline. Let's talk about these things that kind of are the genesis of why we're even here for this stream, and then we can worry about some questions from the chat. So you might notice our chat's in slow mode. Just if you have an important question, just hang on to it for later, and I'll get to it.
Spooky, what's good, man? It just started. So, Wes is sick. He's not here.
First off, I hope you're all having
just
a great
Matt.
day.
He said, no family news. We're getting straight to business, dude.
Get through this outline now. There he is.
Yeah.
Thank you, Rob. Oh, and by the way, quick shout out to our producer, Rob. He's over there running everything for me.
What's up, guys? How y'all doing?
Keeping things ironed out here. And so, yeah, like I said, I have this checklist. We're going to get into that now. And And the first one that we want to talk about is lobbies, and
Let's go.
more importantly, what's going on with the lobby situation.
Okay.
I've said this before, and I'm going to say it again, and I want to put some huge caveats on this. It's not the only thing we're facing, but currently, the number one issue with lobbies is
Slasher Chief
players
Fun.
dodging.
I thought I said what's up.
I
Good to see you,
know
dude.
that can be frustrating for the community to hear, and I know it feels like,
I got my ones up,
come on,
dude.
it can't just be that. And I'm not saying that it is only that. The point that with bringing up the dodging situation, the dodging problem with lobbies, is that whole situation is kind of making it difficult for the team to unpack what else might be going on with lobbies. We've been hunting down the what's been referred to as a backfill issue. We've been trying to look into that kind of a thing for a long time now, going back to shortly after launch. And there were some changes that we made, and the problem with that investigation, though, is all of this lobby dodging stacked on top of it is making it difficult for us to try and see if there is anything going on, anything further going on, and if there is something going on, what that might be and how we can fix it. We need to make some kind of moves in order to limit the way lobby dodging is right now. And I think
penalties?
that if you've played this game for any amount of time, you've certainly heard if the other team has this family member, I'm dodging. If they have that victim, I'm dodging. If they're this rank, I'm dodging. If they're that rank, I'm dodging. If they're running this grandpa perk, I'm dodging. If it's that map, all
Might go
of
faster with
these
just one
reasons
person on
to
stream.
dodge lobbies. And while we understand that players want to have that kind of control over the game mode they want to play, that is definitely impacting the situation with lobbies, both from a player experience standpoint and from the team, in terms of the team trying to investigate.
I think they're going to do penalties.
We need to get that under control. What that means and what that looks like, we'll have more news on that as we roll those things out. I'll talk a little bit more about some patch cadence things coming up, but expect us to be making some changes in terms of how lobbies function on the side of lobby dodging, because we really need to rein that in if we're going to be able to diagnose what's going on. But again, that's not us saying, hey, it's entirely a dodge problem. It's more a matter of we can't get to that without cutting the dodge problem off.
I don't love that.
and
I don't love the
exposing
penalty idea,
might
if
or
that's
might
what they're
not be
moving
going on
towards.
underneath. So that's that.
I also don't
the
love
next thing I wanted
how-
to bring up is the 90 days. We definitely targeted a lot of content within that 90 days. And as you guys, I'm sure a lot of you realize, and we've heard on socials and such, we're running right up to that. I mean, we didn't really set the 90-day thing out with like a hard exact day, like the 18th is when this is up. It was more a matter of we felt confident.
Yeah,
with that
William,
90
I don't-
days. Now, obviously, we're
Not
running up
great.
to that 90 days, and some of that content that we talked about, namely the new family member, a new game mode, you've heard us talk about museum mode, and an execution pack, that stuff is obviously going to slip from that 90-day timeline.
Knew that was coming.
Basically, the short answer and the short explanation there is the content was not where we wanted it to be yet. And rather than put out content that we felt was not up to snuff, rather than put that out and, just so we could meet this 90-day mark, we decided to hold it. We're holding it until we can get it to a point that we feel confident and comfortable with. That being said, I don't think any of the work that we have going on there is some insurmountable task. It's not that any of that content is in jeopardy of not seeing the light of day. It's more just a matter of it needed a little more time in the oven. As far as when we will show, because again, like I said at the top of the stream, this isn't like a big preamble to check out the new. This is more about having an honest and frank kind of
Yeah,
chat
it is.
with
I
you
don't
guys.
know. I don't know the answer.
As far as when we'll share that new
It
family
just seems like a
member, just
sucky
keep an eye on our
situation.
socials and all of our channels for that. The one thing that I also want to note about that, shifting out of this 90 days and those pieces of content slipping from the 90-day timeline, that has no bearing on the longevity of the game. It's not some kind of red flag or warning sign of any kind of problems. We still have all of the content we've been planning to put out. You've seen Wes tweet about
William, I was
content
just about to
through
say that.
the 1-year anniversary, as well as
Matt
through
just
the end of
seems very
2024. This content.
I don't want to say
slipping out of that 90-day
defeated,
window is not,
but
it's not
frustrated
a sign
maybe.
of anything shortening. Basically, is what I'm trying to say. We plan to continue to support Texas Chainsaw Massacre in and through 2024 to the end. That hasn't changed with this. It's just we're
I
not
don't
gonna put
like-
this stuff out just so we can say, yep,
I don't like when they
checkbox,
say
we made
things
the
like that.
90-day mark if it's not where we want it to be. Now, somewhat tied to that, again, not fully to blame, but a part of that is our development partner transition. I know a lot of you guys have been
There you go,
checking in on
Spooky,
that
yeah.
and asking about that.
Definitely.
You know, obviously transitions like this, they're not without hiccups. It's a big undertaking. We're doing our best to make sure that this impacts the player base as little as possible. That being said, we're making good progress and we're cleaning up a lot of those processes that it takes in order to get this stuff done, both content and fixes.
And I don't even think they mean it like that. I
Through
think they
that,
mean
though, we're kind of uncovering
content-wise.
some things that we have to kind of
They
put
have
some attention
planned
to.
up
So,
until
like I
then,
said, it's not without its
But when they say stuff
hiccups,
like
but,
that,
you know,
people think
we're all
it's going to
feeling
end
pretty
it
positive
into
about
2024.
the transition. We have a lot of cool things coming, and I do have some of the bright sides to that, you know, transition of our development partner coming up later in this outline that we can discuss. But yeah, basically that development transition, it's still in place. It's still kind of taking place. And again, like I said, I'd be lying if I said it was without hurdles, but we're tackling those, teasing out the problems, untangling things, and getting things figured out. We're all confident
Riddler.
here that in the
Thank
long
you,
term,
sir.
this
Just
works out really
donated
well for the
3.
player base. And so
22.
while we
They said
appreciate your
check it,
patience with us
loser.
in the for the time being, we're confident that you'll see the benefits of all of this work now in, you know, a month to come, within a month to come. Another thing I wanted to, this is a good one. The perk patch. This is thrown out a lot. There's a lot of questions about the perk patch. I wanted to kind of, first off, provide a little insight into what we mean when we say perk patch.
The perk
We
patch.
have a lot of smaller changes to perks that have gone into
You better
pretty
get
much,
RE4 ready.
the community team can call me a liar. I think they would probably know better than me. Shout out our community team moderating in the chat. I feel like every patch we've done since launch has had some kind of a shift to different perks. Those are usually value changes. You'll notice that a lot of those are like, we're adjusting the amount of, you know, percentages at each of the 3 levels for a perk and things like that. Those value changes, as we refer to them, they've been,
I will be recording
spread out through
RE4
all
this
of our
weekend.
patches so far.
It's on my calendar.
That's not the perk patch. That's the constant work that
We're going to
happens
get
in a
through it,
lot
I
of
promise.
games. The bigger perk patch is more about moving perks around in the skill trees. Maybe assigning a perk to a character who currently doesn't have an option in their skill tree to have that perk, like Sunny and things like that. That would be the bigger perk patch. That's a bigger undertaking, and that will be better work if done all at once. Zoom out a bit and look at the trees and all of the different characters and how they're playing, and kind of really go in with intent.
You
That's
see the
not
Killer Clown scythe coming down,
onesie,
and they're
twosie
running out of time to
value
fix and get
changes. So
stuff out.
that is still
Promise.
coming. While, as I said, you know, the work is detailed. and it's
Definitely on their
extensive.
minds.
It's ongoing.
It's gotta be.
And we hope to have
Sonny
more
getting his
news on
buff,
that
yeah.
later in the spring to the early summer. But yeah, keep an eye out for that, because I think that's really what the community is looking for with these perk changes, and it's kind of being misunderstood as these like 2, 3, or even 5 and 6 perks getting changed as the perk patch, when really that's
It's
just
cool to
the
hear them talk
maintenance
about the
that you
perk
do
patch.
in
We
a
haven't
lot of
heard it in a long time.
And on that topic, there are, I want to say, 6 perks getting some of those value changes coming up pretty soon. So keep an eye out for that.
Extra drip, fast hands.
On the topic of patches,
out.
our next patch is April 30th.
April
the
30th?
April 30th patch is going to be mainly fixes. There's one piece of content in that. It's a new cosmetic for a family member.
Whoa.
We'll give you more
Okay.
details on that at a later time.
Okay, Matt.
As we get a little closer
I like
to
to
the
hear.
30th. But yes, the next patch
Little
is April
family
30th.
love.
And with that, it leads into the next point, which is we're aiming for a patch every 2 weeks from here out.
Whoa.
So we'll have a patch April 30th, and we're aiming to have another patch 2 weeks following that, and 2 weeks following that, and on and on and on.
Okay, we're getting our hands dirty.
A couple of important notes on that patch. and
Shaved Matt
schedule
for
and
a-
kind of cadence. Some of those will be
Early
mainly
update?
content with some fixes, and
I
some
don't
of those
know.
will be mainly fixes with
Yeah,
some
probably
content.
actually.
The way that'll probably most often work is going to be patch A is, for instance, the April 30th patch is mainly fixes with 1 cosmetic content. The patch 2 weeks later will be mainly content with a couple of fixes. And then 2 weeks after that, you'll get a patch with mainly fixes and a piece of content or two, and on and on and on.
Okay.
And that's kind of the rhythm we're looking to hit.
All right.
Part of what's going on now when we talked about the dev
Not mad at that.
transition and some of those processes we're ironing out is the framework to make that possible. Make those, what is that, fortnightly? Oh, that's a terrible word. The fortnightly patch schedule happen. So, yeah, a big part of that is
Wait, what does that mean, Dom?
And,
Also good to see you, dude.
to the process that we're making
Also good to
now.
see you, team, as well. Hope you're well, dude.
From there on out, in terms of cadence and timing of things,
William, I promise
the team is targeting
100%.
to drop a new cosmetic every
I got
2
a long
weeks
list. We're going to start hitting,
for the
knocking them
next
down,
few
dude.
months at least, if not into the foreseeable future. We're pretty confident we can keep that pace up. But currently, again, because we don't want to overpromise and get ourselves into a stitch, we know for the next few months we're targeting a new cosmetic drop every 2 weeks. So that's going to be family and victim cosmetics. It's 1 cosmetic per drop. A lot of you have asked about why would we share only 1 cosmetic per drop, and that's to kind of make sure that we're keeping these things sprinkled
Paul
throughout.
Richardson
keeping
just
these things,
donated
Paul?
365.
keeping
You
you guys
madman?
with
Can you
something
take
to
a
look forward
shave
to in
too,
terms
like
of a
Matt?
content piece.
Toss
So
the
even when we
beard
do
away.
have that,
I've been working on this beard too long, bro. I'm
fortnightly,
scared to get rid of it.
patch that's mostly
So
fixes, we
luscious,
have
I'm
a
sure,
piece of
you know?
content that we can sprinkle in there for you guys. The victim cosmetics will be packs like they are now, where it's a new outfit and then recolors for that outfit. The family cosmetics will be 1 outfit only, similar to like Bride Sissy and Shirtless Johnny. Because of this,
okay.
the family outfits are at a little bit of a reduced price. They're only $2.99 for a family outfit. And we also have some really cool
luscious
free things coming, which,
Virtual cabin coming? I hope so.
again, not going to say much more on now.
Wait, he say free
But we
stuff?
Have, matter of fact, I want to say we have a very cool free thing coming April 30th. So,
Free?
another thing to keep an eye on.
Oh, we're definitely hitting puppet combo, brother.
And that's that about covers my outline. There is one extra thing actually that I wanted to mix in here that doesn't exist in the outline. You may have seen on Reddit, our community manager at large, Sid, has posted a little bit of an update about what's going on with Leatherface. If you haven't, please go check that out. You can head to the Reddit and filter by developer response as a flare. You can also find in the sidebar of the Reddit our entire community team, and clicking
like
any
free
of their
too.
names will bring up their post and comment history, and you can find things that way. But basically, yeah, there's some things going on with Leatherface. There was a problem with family members not receiving door stuns. In the kind of a bit of the work that went into trying to get that resolved, some in-progress work has made its way into the live build. Now, this is, again, leans into that transition talk that we talk about with the development partners and how we're kind of moving some things around and changing some processes. And with that, something that is not ready for prime time made it into prime time. And basically, yeah, so Leatherface is acting a little strange right now in game. The first thing I wanted to note, which Sid noted in the comment pretty clearly, but I wanted to reiterate, what you're seeing there is not final. So don't think
What I think he's talking about is the
Leatherface is going to be from now on. That's very much in progress and incomplete.
the no
work.
stunning to Leatherface
So
or the
it's
short
important to keep that
stun
in
door
mind.
stuns to Leatherface was a test that
Basically,
accidentally made it into the
we
live
need to
game.
tune things with Leatherface a bit. We're looking at ways we can kind of give Leatherface a little bit more of an imposing kind of personality in the match and be a little bit more of a threat and a little more resilient to stuns and things. Where that all lands, we don't quite know for sure yet. So again, like I said, what you're seeing in game right now is by no means permanent or in no means the, what is eventually going to make it into the game. That being said, what will make it into the game, I can't share any more details with you about that right now. And I know that that frustrates a lot of you when we say, we can't share anything more about that. Stay tuned. This is a good opportunity for us to talk about what that all means, though.
Dude, he has a dope
And a
Leatherface
huge part of
tat on
what
his
that means is
forearm.
the team is still working through that. And I'm not going to tell you where they're at right now because that's not where they're going to land. We have to let them cook, as we like to always say. So basically, a lot of time, a lot of
Spooky, that's a big
frustration over
deal.
the stay tuned thing. That's one of the biggest motivators behind it. We're trying to make sure that we let our people do what they do best. And let's be honest, the game that you guys are all rabidly in love with is the game that it is because we let them cook. And so we have to let them do their work
Let him
on
cook.
this Leatherface thing before we can talk more about it. So I know you don't want to hear another stay tuned from me, but by the same note, it's important to occasionally talk about this and get this out in the open about, these are the same people responsible for the game that you love, responsible for all that potential and all that you see in the Texas Chainsaw Massacre. So, yeah, when the community team hits you with a, hey, stay tuned, or we'll have more details on that later, just know that behind the scenes, there's people over here doing what they do best, and we need to give them the room to do it. So with all that being said, I know a lot of you wanted to hear, oh, the new thing is coming now, this new thing's coming now, or, whatever the case
I mainly
is.
wanted to hear about
And
lobbies.
You're not getting that today. Just being honest, I felt that we felt as a team that it was more important to sit down and talk through these things and kind of, just put a person in front of the camera, so to speak, that can address these topics that are bugging you guys without it being like all just a preamble up to us marketing the next part of the game for you. I'm going to jump into some questions now. And, again, we've got chat, I want to say, in slow mode. So feel free to start tossing your questions in now. I see a bunch in there already that I can tackle.
Will there
And
be
we'll,
grindable cosmetics?
We'll get through as many as we can in a
Are there
bit
plans
here,
to
and
change
then
the grappling
we're gonna call
mechanic?
this one done. First off, I see here, what about Bloodskin and 4 Execution for Nancy? Yeah, we're working on catching up characters like Nancy. I'll put it this way. It's in the works. It's in the plans. But yeah, we have to kind of figure out how we want to roll those out, because obviously those bloody packs and things like that all kind of came out before Nancy existed. So how do we go about adding Nancy to the bloody execution pack? Do we even worry about adding it to the pack? And on and on and on. But it is something that we know our Nancy fans want to see. So it's definitely a part of it. And as far as executions, yeah, we're always trying to make sure that we're covered and shooting extras there. But again, ongoing stuff with the next execution pack, which was mentioned within the 90 days. That's also still being ironed out.
Wes said, they said
Are there
Wes
any
is
plans
sick.
to change the grappling mechanic?
That's why he's not here today.
The rate that they are occurring to do objectives right now in front of family has become excessive. Agreed. The grappling situation has become meta and a bit strange. The team's confident in the change.
I agree, Ryan.
The third man in, as I like to refer to it.
They just got some bumpy hills they got to smooth out.
Previously, if you were in a grapple, another family member could show up and instantly kill you. We didn't really feel like that was working out how we had wanted it to. So we stand by the change there. But with a major change like that, we have all these other kind of ripple effects that we have to tackle. Perks. Obviously, tuning some of the perks related to grapples, maybe even tuning the grapple balance, victim and family. All of that stuff has to now happen. When you change something as major as that third man in being able to instant kill, you're gonna have kind of aftershocks of the earthquake, and right now we're working on those. That's why you're seeing us talk about things like changes to empowered, changes to grappler.
Dude, I
changes
never
to
really
some of those
cared
perks.
about being instant
And then we'll
killed.
evaluate again and see if
Did
there's
that ever
more that
bother
needs
you
to be done.
guys?
So yeah, it's absolutely on the table. But again, this
I kind of
is
knew what I was getting
incremental
into
work
when I
that
would
has to
grapple,
happen.
but I'm sure that
Sunny
probably
buff
upset
when?
people.
I like to think that some of the things that are coming in the perk patch count as sunny buffs. But,
Sunny buff,
we
let's
hear you
go,
loud and
dude.
clear on that. And again, that's one of those areas where we're letting design cook. We're going to let them do what they've got to do, and we'll have more
Yes,
on that
but
as
yeah, I
soon as
don't-
it's ready
I
for
don't know.
consumption. But we hear you on Sunny. I love Sunny. I think Sunny's a great character. He's, Sunny and Connie are what I still roll with.
It seems
as much
like
as I love
it
Virginia.
seems like they're gonna
Still
add
love Sunny and
penalties
Connie.
for leaving lobbies.
But yeah, we hear you on
We talked
that.
about it in the
And Sunny
beginning.
could use a couple of maybe
I can
more-
write map
some more
voting.
variety in what he can do.
Can I highlight my thing?
Are y'all aware of the Nancy endurance bug? Yes, we absolutely are. It's on the list. It's with the team. The team is, as we say, investigating. Again, that's something that you'll have to keep an eye out. Keep an eye on Muerto Times and patch notes for more information on that. And as soon as it's ready to talk about where that's going, we, of course, will. Can you share ETA on the next victim? I cannot at this time, as timings are not the goal of this stream, but I can say we are working on another victim. Will Julie ever get different makeup colors for different cosmetics? That's a pretty cool idea. Maybe that's something that we could look into in the future. I'm not even sure. There is a chance that the team has already thought on that, but absolutely our community team, which is in chat and right on the other side of that door.
Map voting or some sort of map
skip
skip would be cool.
Can we please get a change of hairs? That's another feedback that we've seen. We've talked at great length about hair physics and the problems inherent in that. But, maybe some different hairstyles, that could be cool. Absolutely. On behalf of all the community, can you apologize for everything your community is going through with your game? We never heard sorry.
I'm
not sure what there is that needs to be apologized for, but if you feel that an apology is needed, absolutely, I'll say it. I'm sorry that you're going through things. I think that
probably shouldn't have read that one.
Tricky thing with the apology topic. Obviously nothing that we do here is rooted in a position of malice or ill intent toward the people that support our games. I think that gets lost in the translation there a bit. I think that a lot of players seem to think that we're either not respective of their feelings or maybe we don't pay enough attention to them. But I can guarantee that even when things don't quite go the way we'd hope they would, it's not because we're sitting back going, yeah, screw it, we're not really worried about that. We appreciate our player base and the people who put
yeah, Spooky, I don't know.
More than I think a lot of you realize. If it's important to you to hear me say I'm sorry,
me neither.
I'm sorry, and just know that we all love the Texas Chainsaw Massacre as much as you guys do, and we're working as hard as we can on that. Let's get to the next one here. Do you guys play public lobbies? Absolutely we do. Nugget, yeah, some Nugget love there. Absolutely we play public lobbies. Can we get a small buff to stun perks, perhaps? Are you talking about stun resistance perks or perks on the victim side that deal longer stun damage?
Bro, please, for the love of God, do not buff choose
let's
fight.
See here. Somebody said a whole bunch of nothing. I'm sorry, this stream didn't really
Dude, don't read those.
I feel like we did discuss some good things. Not a question, Matt, but love the shirt. Thank you so much, Deadpool. Will Nancy get her endurance fixed? Absolutely. That's not.
I just want him to read mine, dude. Please, Matt. I thought we were friends.
And how that fits in, and obviously unpacking everything that might be going on there. Let's see. Will we see the new Julie and Connie cosmetics soon? Super excited. I'm not sure what the schedule on cosmetics is, and obviously, again, you've heard us talk about not wanting to be too rigid in scheduling those things. But yeah, we definitely have Julie and Connie cosmetics planned. And let me just tell you, they're freaking cool. So I'm a Connie main. I don't get to play Connie much because a lot of people are Connie mains. But,
yeah, I don't know.
Yeah, the Connie one is really dope, and it's coming soon. Are there any updates to new maps or any news on the licenses? Nothing that I could share right now. Obviously, Gun is always hunting and hoping for, every license we can. We want to give the players what they want. We hear you guys that you want to see more licenses in the game, and we're always going to try and hunt down all of them. That's a large part of what we do. But also,
I know you doubted it.
You guys have seen folks like Wes talk about that pretty.
Yeah, Tam, that would be cool.
Transparently on socials that
it was June, isn't that her name? Sunny's girlfriend.
A new license. There's a lot of work in that. Let's see here. I saw something about grapple that I want to scroll back to, but my scroll isn't working. Oh no, I think I waited too long on it. If you ask that grapple question, by all means, hit me again. Will there be any new grandpa perks? That's a good question. I think that's all kind of intertwined in that bigger perk patch work. I think that there's some opportunity there, knowing what I know.
I just realized we haven't gotten a new grandpa
perk. I can't
really
really confirm whether or not that's guaranteed or when that would even happen. Let's see here. I have to get to the newer messages because I'm taking way too long to answer these. Johnny's overpowered right now. Yes, I have seen a lot of feedback about the Johnny situation. And I did want to touch on that because there is a significant portion of what I'm seeing that is absolutely latency. I know that's not the answer you guys want to hear. There is a lot of latency in these videos that we're seeing. And you can see it on the family side as well.
Salty Bastion.
I want to say Maddie on Twitter shared a really good video of Leland and him being in close quarters.
No, I'm not going to say his name.
That's Leland runs upstairs and he's all the way up the stairs, and then the cook who Maddie was playing as gets backstabbed. That's a good example of latency and how that presents. And I think that because the family is obviously all melee attack,
A little
it
bubble.
presents more on the family attacking victim side. That being said, Johnny right now is often the family member in these videos. So that kind of immediately means that while there is a portion of that that's most likely latency,
Yeah, cosmetics will
can't
come
be a
out
coincidence that
every
he's in
2
a lot of
weeks.
these videos. So again, the team's gonna have to take a look
I don't know
at
if that
things.
he just doesn't know
And
which
because
cosmetics
this all
or what he
sprung
meant
up
by that.
around a patch, there's a high probability of maybe something got tweaked, tuned, or otherwise, you know, something made its way into the game that shouldn't have. And so we're unpacking and looking at that. I know the community team has already been reporting on that to our development partners, and we're working on getting through what's going on. Let's see here. We got when the new family will be ready. Again, I don't have dates on that. Will we see a level cap increase? Absolutely.
That would be cool.
Let's see here. Do you guys plan on using any content created by the community one day? Characters, skins, and things like that?
They
Maybe
already
doing a
answered that, and I
contest.
think they said no.
We don't have any plans of that, and honestly, that gets into a tricky area. You know, typically, it's a better bet to continue to try and do what we can
just
on
want
the
new
community
things,
side
yep.
to nurture fan
Well, I mean,
content. I think that you guys do a wonderful
I guess
job.
if
There's a
he's,
few
they
out
said
there.
where they're going back to
I
2
know
week
I can think
patches,
of
and each patch will
Bree
have
and Erica,
something
I wanna
new,
say, are two
some
of
new
my
content.
favorite OCs that I see on socials a lot. So shout out to
If
the
they
people
can
who
actually
created
hit that
those.
and keep it
Obviously,
going,
a lot
dude,
of
that
love
would
and
be pretty
passion goes
nice.
into that. But we also have a team here creating things that are all within the lore and, you know, match up those lore streams that you guys love so much and all that stuff that we talk about. All of that kind of mashes up in a way that we like to think we create characters that fit in that. And aside from the problems with, you know, sourcing community content and putting that into a game and, you know, all of that.
Shirtless
But
grandpa.
none of that's to say we don't appreciate it. Obviously, we appreciate all the hard work you guys do. And some of these detailed backstories and things, that's just wild, and we love to see it. Let's see here. A contest would be neat, though. I do think that there's room for us to do a cool contest outside of the game with
Yeah,
these original
they
characters.
have been saying it
I
for a
think there's
long
something fun
time.
we could probably work out there.
They said they didn't want to do it
Matt,
until they have stuff to work for.
Do we will have a friends list? Will we have a friends list? I think this would be good. That has a couple of hurdles. I'd have to check in with production on what all that would entail.
Okay.
I know that it was no small undertaking at the time of launch, which is why there isn't one present. I don't know, you know, again, production isn't my particular
Shirtless cook? No, I don't want no shirtless cook.
So I would have to check in with them if anything has
I want
changed
chef
or
cook.
if there's some kind of new movement on that. But we hear you on it. Obviously, it would be great, but it's not without its problems. Please fix matchmaking. That's something that we're obviously definitely going to be looking into. As we said in the beginning of the stream, we have to get to the bottom of some of these things with lobby dodging, get that kind of off the top. You know, if we can eliminate most of the lobby dodging
I'm fine with shirtless
issues,
cook if you want to do it.
we
Throw
can
them in
then
there, why
start
not?
to really see what might be happening with matchmaking, but it's awfully difficult.
That's the
when
real horror.
people won't stay put. Are we still getting the Nancy Night House map variant? I cannot confirm or deny anything, but that would be pretty rad. So
What? The little wink?
can you guys fix Virginia's voice when Leatherface hooks her up? Is that the scream? I think that's the scream. We did have a couple of Virginia fixes in the last patch. I want to say one of them didn't make it in for that. I can check on the status.
He hasn't
of that,
talked
though.
about
By
the
all
last
means,
patch,
Hit
though.
up the community team about that one.
Almost
Hopefully
half
have
the
a
patch
status.
notes weren't
Let's
real.
see here. What do we got?
It's the cook apron.
Somebody
Now
asked
we're
me about
talking.
map voting. Map voting is something
Hey!
we're very interested in as
I
part
had to
of
think that
our
was mine.
work to potentially curb some of the dodging. But again, you know, we have to kind of get through that work.
Whoa,
Are the
okay.
Sissy buffs still coming? We
Okay.
have some plans for Sissy. Is suffocating grip supposed to work on just the individual with it or for all family members? I feel like it's supposed to work for all family members, but I'll have to look into that further. But
Yeah, Dom.
I want to say suffocating grip is for all family members. There might be a weird thing with the description there, if I'm not mistaken, on that perk. Can we get limits on button mashing again to eliminate macros? I don't think the caps have been lifted for that. I feel that there is a cap there that leaves room for you to mash, but not to a point where there's a... I'd have to dig into that further and talk to Prod. But yeah, I feel like Andy from the community team had an answer out about that. And if not, I know he was looking into it already. So I'll check in with Andy when we're done here. Let's see here. You guys do really great with Anna outfit. We really love that. Thank you so much. Huge shout out to Art Bully working on some of these new cosmetics. We're seeing some really cool stuff, and it's making its way to you guys. Again, as I said earlier in the stream, we're targeting every 2 weeks to have a new cosmetic for one or the other victim or family. A quick refresh. Victim cosmetics will stay in the same route, the same kind of pattern that they've been now, which is one outfit and some recolors. The family side is a singular outfit, which is why the family outfit is a little cheaper than the victim one. And those we're targeting every 2 weeks. Will Virginia spawn in with her ability slowly loading like other victims? Will there be weather aspects such as rain be included in the future? Weather aspects are interesting. It's something that we've definitely kicked around. Virginia's cooldown on her ability,
Bro, that would be
because
so
of the way
cool.
the ability functions, it's not something that we necessarily felt that we strongly needed. But again, excuse me, I brought water and I didn't touch it. I've just been talking this whole time.
Yeah, Tim, I don't know. That is
it's
weird.
1, 2, 3, 4 p.m. Make a wish. The Virginia spawn with her ability slowly loading thing. Yeah, it's not something that we felt was imperative for her to launch, but
I hope that the family cosmetics must be like so unique that you don't really need recolors. I don't know.
We need Nico's Nancy skin art in game. I love what Nico does. I would have to check out the Nancy skin. I don't think I've seen that yet. But shout out Nico. Will stealth get any love, Matt? We feel that a lot of the changes that we're making kind of are helping nudge stealth a bit. But if you have thoughts, by all means, leave them on the Reddit for us, and the community team will check them out. Will there be new family perks in the future? Possibly as part of that larger perk patch. We have to get in there and dig through some of those things. Looking at you.
Nighttime option for every map. Nighttime.
What's staying, what's moving.
Slaughterhouse, though?
Blah, blah, blah. Will Virginia's lore be more explored? Like what happened to Jesse? There's a ton of lore there. Let me just real quick say that what you guys get in terms of lore is often the tip of the iceberg. Ronnie and
Jesse is
Rob, our
alive,
designers, and our designer and creative director, they are, number one, some of the most in-depth and comprehensive when it comes to putting together lore. They really get into these characters' heads, think through every aspect of them, their personality, why they're there.
Does he know about the parties? Oh, I forgot about that.
There's so much more to each of them.
PC
and
party.
when you guys do get those, even those bigger lore drops that you guys have been pretty pumped on, I feel, it's still just the tip of the iceberg. So will it be explored further? That's a question for Ronnie. I don't see any harm in it, but maybe in an upcoming lore stream we'll have Andy and Ronnie back. That would be cool. In-game currency when? Definitely something we would like to do, but it's definitely not like a throw on the currency switch. That's a pretty big undertaking. So yeah. Right now, let's get through this developer transition and we'll worry about the things like that. Any plans to change exterior alarms to not affect basement doors? That is a piece of feedback that we love. I'm a big fan of that. I like the idea there. Andy brought this up to me recently. Shout out to Andy and whoever it was on the sub. I wish I had your username on the subreddit that brought this up to him, talking about exterior alarms. We're in the process of presenting all of that feedback and getting that to the right people. Now, just because I say I love it doesn't mean that's eventually what's going to happen. There's no one person that makes that call. But it's definitely feedback we're presenting and we're hoping to get to the bottom of soon.
I'd be okay with that.
What happened to the old Nicotero chainsaw sound during kills?
Scott, what's up, man? I wonder if family will get a weapon patch at some point, Johnny, with an axe. Seems like an overheater.
Nicotero chainsaw sound. Now, if you're talking about
actually changing the weapons would be really dope.
Accident, that was an issue with the audio, and we fixed that. But Nicotero chainsaw, as far as I know, only has had one sound. Let's see here. Are the sissy buffs still coming? Okay, we're getting to repeat questions, guys. So, and I'm losing my voice. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to go drink some water, and you guys are going to take any of these questions that we didn't get to, and please, by all means, hit up the @TX Chainsaw Game on Twitter. Maybe Rob can run the lower third or something with all the info on it. Hit up @TX Chainsaw Game on Twitter, Instagram, Facebook, Reddit. Head over there and engage with our community team. Talk to them about, all of the things you want to know more about. We'll get as many of them answered as possible. The situation that brought this stream on, I just want to say briefly, the situation that brought this stream on we're in a rough spot right now and we're working through it. I'm not pretending like that's not the case. But that being said, I hope that this helped. I know for some of you, you're going to walk away from this feeling that you want to know more, hear more, or you know, you wished for something more concrete, like, well, these are the dates that these things are happening. I get that, and I understand that frustration, and I don't have a reply to it. All I can say is this is what we can do to try to get this.
Yeah, it is cool to see them
And when I say
admit
this, I mean a face behind the camera to talk to you guys and talk through some of this stuff. This is what we can do to hopefully get to a better spot. And other than that, it's a matter of both sides doing the work. And we appreciate you guys bringing us all your feedback, and we're doing all we can to make sure we keep bringing it up to the right folks. That's going to pretty much do it for me today. Yeah, I look forward to the next check-in, and I look forward to, you know, sharing some more on that new family member, sharing some more on that new execution pack. You guys recall in a past stream we talked about how brutal they are, and I don't think
he did answer the map voting. He said it's something they're looking into.
So stay tuned, guys.
To help fix the lobby situation.
Thank you for hanging out with me today and getting through this. Take care, gang.
Ends on Nugget. Wow. Alrighty. Okay, I see some nice comments and some mean comments. A whole lot of bullshit. That live chat is wild, yeah. So just to go over kind of like a recap here, the very first thing they talked about is the lobby situation. It kind of seems that they don't actually know what's going on with it, and that they may actually enforce some sort of penalty to leaving lobbies. I don't love that idea. I just think it's never a good idea to, like, the goal should make your game as fun as possible where people don't want to leave your lobby, rather than punish them for leaving in the first place. Yeah, I don't typically love that one. They talked about every 2 weeks having updates and patch fixes where, like, it would flip back and forth, where one would be content with fixes and then one would be fixes with content. That's good. I know some people see that stuff as like drip feed and they don't typically love that, but I'm cool with that. I think a steady stream of just little drops here and there is better than waiting a long time for a big drop, so I'm cool with that. And if they're actively pushing fixes every 2 weeks, that would be great as well. Help get the game at a better place faster. Punishment is required. Maybe. I don't know. We'll have to see. Because I like, what scares me is like that it's just gonna make more people not play the game rather than stay in the lobbies. Because there are people who just like leave at like any little thing. Like if they see a player who's not maxed out, who looks new, they're gone. Like they don't want them on their team. So there's stuff like that sucks. But then there's also things where it's like you paid money for Ana's cosmetic. You want to play as Ana. I don't technically blame you for leaving if you can't play as Ana. But they say that they can't fix the whole overall lobby situation until they figure out what's going on, and lobby dodging is making it hard to figure out what's going on. So maybe it's a necessary evil to get to a better place. I don't know. We'll have to see. I just don't love the idea of punishments, but maybe, I don't know. Punishment is not okay. I don't want to leave the lobby after playing Slaughterhouse 6 times in a row. Yeah, I mean, that's another good example, yeah. And map voting would stop all that. They listen to all the cosmetic requests, not the lobby fixes. Yeah, I think map voting would be good. You can even go with, dude, honestly, personally, I would go as far as even just hiding family from victim side. Dead by Daylight does it. I think it makes sense. I think it makes the game even more scarier when you imagine loading into a game and having to figure out which family is there. Like I personally think that'd be cool. But yes, hide everything. Yeah, that's like my thing. How do you feel after check-in, man? I thought it was rough. Yeah, I'm like in the middle, I guess. It's cool that there's some fixes. It's also cool to hear them admit straight up like they feel the same way, that the game is not in the best place. So that's cool. It's always best to do these little check-ins. So I'm happy that they're doing that and they're not running away, because they very well could just not answer us, go dark and work on it. But it's cool to see them at least communicate with us. I think that's always the best answer. Jack, no news on the new family member, brother. Everybody wants map voting until they all get stuck on one map over with a team that knows everything about it. I think the way you have to do map voting is like more of like a map skip. And then obviously there's more victims than there are families. So you'd have to like, I don't know. You'd have to figure that out where their votes equal the same. But something where you're like, you're on Nancy's house, you guys can vote to skip and then it puts you on family house. I think that's the best way to just like an easy way to do it. Or just hide everything. I don't know. Make it all random. But yeah, updates, possible penalties. We got the perk patch coming. And that's pretty much it. I don't. Did they say anything else that was really game changing? I'm glad they're forthcoming, unlike many companies. Yeah, listen, they very well could have just went dark, especially with and this community is very vocal on things they don't like. So they could have just went dark and just try to figure it out. But it seems this transition is affecting things a little bit more than what they thought. I thought it was going to affect things. It sounded pretty crazy for Sumo to just bow out and someone else take over. Hold on, I'm being FaceTimed. 1 second. I answered. I am live, yeah. I didn't see it. I'm sorry.
Are you talking to somebody else?
No.
Hey, Discord. Friends.
Okay. All right. All right. Bye.
Aha.
Hello.
What's up, man?
What's up?
Give it to me straight. What are your honest thoughts on that stream?
I don't even know, dude. I'm kind of in the middle of it.
Yeah.
What do you think?
I mean, I think they did the right thing, not revealing new content today.
Mm-hmm.
But if they ever have Matt go solo again, I'm gonna be up in arms about it. Throwing that man to the wolves.
Oh wait, sorry. Yeah, he looked kind of sad. He looked defeated.
Well, yeah. Sometimes I think he's just putting on one hell of a performance when he does that. You know, I feel like he's like, all right, I gotta, if I'm happy in this stream, then people are gonna think I'm mocking them. What, dude? All right, because I want to make sure I'm not crazy. How'd you feel about that not apology?
Yeah, that was I'm surprised he read that. I don't think he saw the full message.
I don't know why this is right when he started reading, I'm like, oh my goodness, what are you doing, man?
He did that a couple times. I was like, ooh, why are you reading that?
Yeah, I was saying that, like, all right, let's have the community team send him like questions on a doc so that doesn't happen again. Because good grief. So don't have the man just reading chat.
What do you think about like, it kind of seemed like he was hinting at a penalty for lobby dodging.
Yeah, well, I don't like the fact that he said that lobby dodging is the biggest issue when it's not. Mm-hmm. Like, people are always going to dodge, and you can't stop people from backing out of a non-ranked lobby. Like, so many things can happen. It's what you want to give people timeouts and shit for backing out of a game. Like, once a game starts, then fine, that's fair game. But to like penalize somebody for backing out of a lobby, I don't know. That seems like a little much, and it's going to just make it. People are just gonna get pissed off about it.
Yeah, I don't love that.
You know, like, why not just, you know, fix the backfill problem?
I also don't love that it seems like they still have no clue on like what's going on with the lobbies.
Well, yeah, that was one thing that didn't help. Him saying like, lobby dodging is probably the biggest problem. Like, no, it's not. It can't, like, and if it is, because that would mean your like player discrepancy is like 90% victim, and there's no way that's the case. Because the players are there. There's definitely enough players playing to fill lobbies. I don't get it.
Especially to fill it when it's just like one family member and you're there for like 45 minutes.
Yeah, but if that is the case, if it is so, it's okay, lobby dodging is a problem, there's not enough family players to fill the spot, then you need to add an incentive for people to play family, like XP bonuses or something.
Yeah.
Something. Although at this point, because you can't unlock anything from leveling up, there's really no, even with an XP bonus, like, would you want to just go out of your way and play family if there was an XP bonus? I wouldn't.
Yeah. Rough. But patches and content every 2 weeks, though. Kind of nice.
Yeah, that is nice, and that, I guess that's, looking back, it's nice to have Black Tower on it for that reason, because it's really going to be the only live service game they're working on, so they can do things like that. You like the cosmetics being spread out that way?
We were talking about it. Like, I know some people don't love, like, they call it drip feed or whatever.
Yeah.
I don't mind it too much. I think I'd rather just a healthy amount every once in a while rather than waiting for like a big drop.
Yeah, I think with things like cosmetics, I'm cool with drip feeding, because it is, otherwise you go months without anything.
Yeah.
I mean, how long did we go before we got that first victim bundle? It was like 3 months before we got any cosmetics. Like, I'm cool with the 2 weeks thing. I'm glad the family's cheaper, because they're new one at a time now.
Yeah, and no, I wonder why they're doing that, where victims get the recolors but family not.
I imagine it's because the outfits are like very specific, especially the licensed ones. Like, if it was probably already a pain to get shit approved on Hitchy and Cook and Leatherface for that matter. So if you're doing recolors, it's probably even more complicated.
Yeah, that made sense.
Yeah, I don't know. Who knows? But the only thing that kind of sucks about it is that they're not going to be able to do bundles anymore. You're not going to be able to get that like one free character because they're drip feeding it.
Yeah. But Fitz's every 2 weeks sounds exciting.
Yeah, as long as they commit to it.
Yeah, as long as it's real.
We'll see. Are you very aware of the Leatherface door slam? Have you seen that in action and what it looks like?
Yeah, where he just, like, he gets the little thing around his screen, but he can just move in like 2 seconds.
Yeah, it's just like one little stumble back.
Yeah. That's on purpose, right? Is that what he was trying to say? Yeah,
and actually, Andy Murray, the lead animator at Sumo, he messaged me. This is before, it was like 2 minutes before Sid actually confirmed on the subreddit. So I was like, oh, right, an exclusive. And I'm like, damn, she confirmed it. He was like, yeah, this is like how it's supposed to be. This is what it's supposed to look like. Again, it might still change. They might still be adjusting it. But he's like, that's where it was supposed to be from the get-go, is what it sounded like. It's like, Leatherface should not be getting knocked on his back like that, the way it was. He still does it if he runs into an electric grate, but not if he's getting hit by a door by 110-pound Connie. It's like, so that's how it's supposed to be. I'm like, oh, shit.
I'm cool with that. I like him being, like, you got to take him serious. He's the big bad. I'm cool with that.
Yeah. I think it should last, like, 1 second longer. Because right now, you can door slam him and not even have enough time to, like, latch the door that you slammed him with. So it would be nice if at least give enough time where you can close that door and latch it. So an extra second-ish. And it's probably in a pretty good spot where he's still scary and you don't want to stick around and keep trying to fight him, but you can still actually make movement on it.
Wow, so he was never supposed to get flatlined on the ground like that.
That's what it sounded like. Yeah.
New subscriber.
Yeah, the fact that it was like that for 8 months is, if that's the case, if that's really what he meant, that it was day one, he wasn't supposed to fall on his ass like that, that's crazy that it took so long to get the correct animation in.
Wow. They mentioned the 90-day thing.
Yeah, and he circled it exactly how I thought he would. It's like, we didn't mean like a specific day. That's not. Yeah, it was just bad wording by Wes when he said 90 days or less rather than around 90 days or something like that. He was 90 days or less. Like, okay.
So how far you think we are from that stuff now?
The businessman inside of me says end of May, right when Killer Clowns drops.
Yeah, guess that makes sense.
Yeah, that's what I would think. They start teasing probably early May, and then right at the end of May. Well, I don't know. That's a long time to wait for that family member.
Yeah, I don't love that.
Yeah, I don't know. Wait, they said there was gonna be something free on the 30th. What do you think that's gonna be?
Something free. I have no idea.
Too soon for museum mode, right?
I would think so. What? The 30th? That's not even that far away.
Yeah, he said there's gonna be a cosmetic in there, a new family cosmetic. But then he was like, the people were asking about free content, and he said there should be something free on the 30th even. It's like, what are we talking about? Shirtless Nancy?
Bloody Nancy, I was thinking, but I don't know.
Well, it could be, but it sounded, he talked about that specifically, and it sounded like it's just now in the works.
Yeah,
so
they're playing catch up on it.
Yeah.
Well, I'd give it like a 6 out of 10.
Dead game.
Okay, I wouldn't go that far.
Dead game. This is the end.
It did scare me a little bit when they said we're going to talk about the state of the game.
Yeah, I guess that they were trying to put an emphasis that it wasn't a content stream.
Yeah.
So we didn't get our hopes up. But joke's on him, we always get our hopes up.
No Wes either. I was sad.
Yeah, and then they just, instead of having someone else fill the spot, we're like, yeah, you know what? Get in there, Matt. You got it, brother.
Nut it, held it down.
Gosh. You think Wes is actually sick?
I hope so.
Think he just threw Matt underneath the bus?
I don't think he would be the type to let Matt just take it all by himself.
No, I don't think so either. I think like everybody is sick right now. I got sick. Everyone I know was getting sick. It's that season change, man.
Were you looking at chat during this? Like the Twitch chat?
No, I never do because it's always toxic.
Yeah, I was wondering if it was pretty bad.
Yeah, they did have slow mode on though, so that helps.
I think my question got answered about Matt voting.
Yeah.
Only put it 10 times.
Oh, yeah. Yeah, that they're interested in it.
That'd be pretty cool.
What about exterior alarms on basement doors? What are your thoughts on that?
Yeah, that I'm kind of just, I don't even know what to think about it. Sometimes it's like, sometimes it feels super powerful, and then sometimes it doesn't really matter to me.
We did a dedicated video on this like a while back, and that was the exact suggestion that we made was just don't have it on basement doors anymore.
Well, now it doesn't even have the noise thing. I think the not having it has the noise thing now, that kind of sucks. Because before you could tell.
So now it's even worse for victims. So yeah, I just don't have it apply to basement doors. That's especially on maps like Family House.
Yeah.
When it's on a basement doors, you can't do shit.
Yeah.
Like if they have exterior alarms on quickly, you can't even get out of the basement.
Yeah. Before we would see that they would have it on, and then we would just try to, go stab Grandpa and take care of it. But now you can't. It's even stronger.
Yeah. Yeah. Are you aware of the crazy train I went on after I was told about the donation that happened in your stream?
The crazy what?
I don't know what other word to use. The tangent I went on about it?
No, I'm not aware.
People came into our chat and were saying how Wes came into your stream and donated, which I was already like, all right, that's crazy. But yeah, saying that there's a mountain, about to blow the mountaintop off or something like that.
Mm-hmm.
Have you heard what Kane Hodder said about the next family member, about who it is?
Yeah, I just heard this the other day that he's like a big dude or something.
Yeah, Kane said he was a 6'10", bald, famous guy. So this whole time I've been thinking Tyler Maine. That makes complete sense. He's in that group of people, especially with like Scout being in the game, you know. So that made sense to me. But then when the way that donation was worded, I was like, Mountain. That's very specific. I was like, oh my god, what if he's talking about the Mountain, half Thor, Julius Bjornsson, huh? And the 6'10" bald famous guy is actually Thor,
the guy from Game of Thrones.
Yeah,
That'd be pretty crazy. Also, wait, what? Kane said he was bald and famous?
Bald and famous. 6'10", bald and famous.
Is he allowed to say that?
No. This guy, he's, yeah. But what are you going to do? You assume?
Yeah, I guess he can do what he wants.
Yeah, he's Kane Hodder. What are you going to do about it? He's like the biggest face of your game. Yeah, so, and he said to a random person at a table that was like he was signing an autograph for. Didn't expect him to be a snitch and put it on Facebook. But
wow, I asked him.
Not fit that description.
I asked him for TCM info and he said he couldn't give me any.
You gotta poke him a little bit. You gotta poke the bear a little bit because he wants to talk about it. So he can't help himself. So if you start like man, I heard this about the new family member, and then he'll say some shit like that, you know.
Yeah, he just went on telling me that he got COVID at that TCM pre-release party.
He did. Yeah. So did like everybody.
Wow, bald and tall and famous.
Yeah. Yeah, Derek Mears has been thrown around a little bit, but Derek's only 6'5".
Dude, Derek would be so cool.
Yeah, Derek would be cool. Even if this isn't him, who they're talking about here, it'd be cool to have Derek. But you know, Ken Kersinger is too short for that description. It'd be like Tyler Mane, at least in the horror circle of like these people. It'd be like Tyler Mane, or who's that other dude who's the sheriff in Rob something, the sheriff in House of 1,000 Corpses. You know what I'm talking about?
I don't.
I can't remember his name, but he's also like 6'9", 6'10", but he's not bald. He's got long ass hair. So Tyler Mane, like it's got to be Tyler Mane. But now because of you and your trolls, I'm thinking
that made it to Reddit. By the way, I saw.
Yeah, I mean, I'm glad they showed up in your stream because it got you a little word of mouth there.
Yeah, I saw it on Reddit and instantly started panicking, so I had to just write in there like, "Hey, it's fake."
Nah, you should have ran it.
Just let it go.
It's like I cannot confirm or deny if that was Wes Keltner who donated to my stream, which he would never ever do.
Oh, Vin Diesel is bald and all about family, so I don't know how tall
he's
he
also
is.
What is he? He's like right around 6 foot, right?
He seems like a big guy. Wow.
Oh, Glenn Jacobs, but he's technically 7 foot.
That would also be really cool.
That would be pretty cool. We'll get the Knox County mayor in there.
I want Derek Mears now.
Yeah, that's one. If they are not already talking to Derek, they should.
Yeah,
he's probably expensive.
I would think Thor is expensive.
Yeah, I was gonna say like yeah. If they can't afford Derek, they can't afford Thor. Robert Mukes, Nick just messaged me. Robert Mukes, that's who that guy is from House of 1,000 Corpses. It's like 6'9", 6'10", but he's got long ass hair. So
they gotta be bald, huh?
That's what he said. That, by the way, this is some random chick on Facebook that it revealed this. Could be total bullshit. Could be complete nonsense. It felt so specific, and it sounded like something Kane would say. You know, I was like, yeah, that sounds like something he would just casually leak at a convention, because it came from Monster Mania, I think, was that weekend. Yeah, it was in March. It was Monster Mania, I think. So I was like, yeah, that sounds like, you know, if you've seen Kane at a convention, you know, people are handing him like bottles of tequila all day.
Mm-hmm.
So you get a couple shots in, and all of a sudden you're leaking future content.
Oh, that's interesting, though. And you think we're gonna see this at the end of May?
Like, if I had to, you know, put a gun to my head and ask me to say a date, yeah, I would say end of May, but it might end up being sooner than that. It better not be later than that, because goddamn.
Yeah, I hope not. No museum mode, though. No TVs.
Well, as this Maria crap keeps playing out, and they keep kind of expanding this lore, I'm sure if Maria is alive, and they plan on making her a victim, that she would come alongside the museum mode or shortly after it. So museum mode probably can't come out until she's ready.
Mm-hmm.
So there's that too, but who knows? I hope that's how they do it. If Maria's alive, I would like to see it in the museum mode. I want to find her in museum mode.
I think you're gonna end up playing as her.
Oh, like you're her the whole time
Yeah.
inside the house?
That would be cool.
Yeah, but you gotta... I don't know how you do it where it makes any sense.
Yeah, I
Like,
don't know.
You'd have to have it where... Because there'd have to be no voice lines, otherwise you'd figure it out right away.
Yeah.
And then there'd have to... Like, you'd have to start, like, in the basement escaping.
That could be cool though. She gets
Yeah,
out of her
could be.
ties, gets out of the basement, explores the house.
Yeah, and then it ends with her, like, you looking in the mirror and seeing all the damage to your face and shit.
Yeah, that's it.
Yeah, I mean,
Release date.
Yeah, Uber Jason, but it actually comes out.
Yeah, literally.
Yeah, I can see that.
Done. Do it.
Yeah, cause I can't imagine Odd Gentleman. When was this museum mode announced? 6 months ago?
Wasn't it in the 90-day announcement stream?
I think the original announcement for it was like before Nancy came out.
Huh. Been that
Yeah,
long.
so yes, and then obviously they were working on it probably well before that. So I would think with Odd Gentleman doing it, they got to be creeping up on it.
Yeah,
They got to be
hopefully
close to being done.
because once we get done with Maria, it's chop top time.
It's on to Chop Top. If they do licensed content, you think they just go in order? How do they go about that?
In order makes sense, but I want remake content like today, so
Yeah, I think waiting to do the remake would be a mistake. If you go to do like TCM 2, 3, 4, and then finally we move on to the remake, I don't know. There's no guarantee we get that far in this game's life cycle.
yeah. Just do it now.
So I genuinely would start with the remake. That's where I would go first. Especially if you go not just a Leatherface skin and map, if you actually like grab Sheriff Hoyt or something like that.
Oh gosh, yeah.
There's the Gabil.
That would be crazy, but
What's she doing these days?
in the basement of this stream, they have that white cowboy hat, and I always think it's like a subliminal that it's hers.
That's probably intentional.
I'm telling you, a little hint.
That would be so cool. But I would also still prefer Matthew McConaughey. If we had to give somebody legitimately famous some money, let's give it to Matthew McConaughey.
Alexander Daddario?
All right.
No,
I
Matthew
mean, I
McConaughey.
guess. Yeah. But then it's, oh. Am I still talking to you?
Mhm.
Cool, because my OBS just crashed. Oh, now I'm back.
Are you streaming?
Yeah, this whole time. Yeah, sorry. I should have made that clear, huh?
No, you're fine.
Fuck. Are you still streaming?
Yeah, I'm still streaming.
Oh, okay. Well, why didn't you tell me? No. Yeah, I figured. I'm glad you are. But yeah, I was streaming too. So I should have said that because otherwise it would have been awkward. You were just gonna be like, yeah. So Wes DM'd me after he donated a bunch of money to me and confirmed the next family member. I don't really think I have anything else. I will say that's the first time that they talked about licensed content, and he didn't just outright say no, we don't have the licenses.
Yeah. I don't know. I still feel good about the future for the game. I like that they admitted. I like that he admitted that they're in a rough spot.
Yeah, the only thing that he said that I was like full on laughing at was the apology.
Yeah, if you need an apology or something like that.
Yeah, it was one thing to read it out loud to begin with, but then he was like, if you need an apology, I'm sorry, but actually fuck off.
The thing is
Dude, what are you doing, man?
the more he read it, you could tell that he started regretting it, and I've done that before, so it's super annoying.
He should have somebody else just copy and pasting very specific questions and putting into like a Google Doc for him.
Yeah.
To do that. But yeah, for him to be like, I'm not sorry at all. I wanted to be like, dude, can you apologize? I don't care about anything related to the game and how you're handling that. Because yeah, dude, you're just doing your job. But can you apologize for the doozy trolling posts that you made that were like just created all hell for your community team?
Oh, the Twitter stuff?
Yeah, I was like, that did nothing but fuck over your community team. So if you don't have to apologize to me, but can I hear you apologize to the rest of the community team? Because good grief.
Yeah, I didn't love that stuff.
That was rough. That was a rough time. It's hard to watch.
Going into the fan TCM was like, I was like, oh no.
Oh yeah, when he went in there and like was posting screenshots and shit.
Yeah.
I don't know. It was a full moon, brother. Something caught him. I don't know. He's been very good since then.
Yeah.
And all considered, he did a pretty good job in that stream.
Yeah, I thought so too. Although I don't get why they don't just throw Andy in there or Sid.
It drives me nuts. Every time when he's like, I'm gonna let me check my community team and then we'll come back. Like, why don't you just put him on the stream? I don't know. Like,
especially Andy, because he's so likable. Like, it's hard to be mad at him.
Andy can single-handedly save this community. But yeah, like having somebody who you like is probably the most hated person. I know that's unfortunate for Matt, but he probably is like the most hated person in the community just because of that whole trolling thing is sitting in the back of people's minds when they see him. It's like, don't let him go by himself with the wolves like that. Like,
yeah,
let Andy in there. Let Sid, Jet. We haven't like never really gotten to talk to Jet at all.
Yeah,
I don't know. That's their job. They're a community team. They address the community.
and they're pretty good at it because they get a lot of like hate.
Yeah. And then the things that are like very specific, were based on community feedback, where you're trying to answer Q&A questions about it. Nobody's going to answer them better than the people that deal with it all day. I don't get why they are so scared to put Andy, Sid, or Jet on the streams. I was so happy when Andy was on there with Ronnie.
Yeah, that's my favorite stream.
Yeah, same. And Andy was literally a streamer and a podcaster.
Yeah,
and he did pretty damn good.
He's built for this.
He's built different. Put him in there.
When he starts laughing and giggling, dude, it's hard to be mad at what's going on.
Yeah, he's as real as a fan as it gets. Like he's one. I mean, I think they're all true horror fans. They are, and I'm sure a lot of them are very passionate about TCM. But he's one that it projects in a physical form. Like you see it.
Yeah.
That he's excited to be there. Good man. How are those parties on Steam treating you?
Horrible. Sucks.
Yeah. They didn't talk about that, did they?
I asked it. I think I asked it twice and it got ignored, so I cried a little bit. But yeah, it sucks.
Yeah, they didn't mention party disbanding at all either.
And because it kind of came out of nowhere. Like when we played after the update, everything was fine, and then like 2 or 3 days after the update, just randomly broken.
Yeah, sometimes I wonder if they're like hot fixing shit and they're not telling us, and then things break.
Yeah,
it's weird.
It's like one of those things where it makes it hard to stream this game. Like already just sitting in the lobby makes it hard to stream this game, but now I can't like play with people, talk to people. It makes it even worse.
If I was in your position, I would be done until further notice. Like, it's time to try to join the consoles.
Yeah, it seriously is time.
Get on it.
I was gonna get one the other day, but then I heard that there was like rumors of like a PS5 Pro, and I'm like, oh, should I wait or?
Yeah, I think it was legitimately confirmed now. Like they revealed the specs on it, I think.
Yeah.
But that's gonna be expensive.
Yeah.
Yeah, just go get a PS5. I've seen the games you play. You don't need a big fancy machine.
What? I played Evil Dead. That's pretty much it, actually.
You say you play Evil Dead?
Yeah, I'm trying to 100% it, so it's like all I've been playing for the last month.
On Steam?
Yeah. I owned it on Epic, but it came to Steam, and I have to 100% on Steam, so.
You didn't ask me to join you. Why?
Yeah, you're welcome to carry there too. I don't mind.
I'm surprised you haven't already 100%ed if you've been playing that much, because I did it like the first week.
It's the max level. That's what's killing me right now. I'm 48. I gotta get to 100.
Oh yeah, that's not even max level. It's like indefinite.
Oh god.
Yeah, it just keeps going. But there's not like yeah, yeah. It's kind of like how Call of Duty is now, where you can just kind of keep going. But there's
Yeah.
You should try. Don't stop playing until you max prestige all your characters.
Like in the book, you're talking about just get them to 25.
And then there's also 5 prestiges.
What? You want me to prestige 5 all of them?
Yeah.
Oh
yeah.
god.
I literally worked on the game, and I have not done that.
That's
So
the grind in that game is insane.
yeah, at first it was minimal. You know, it was like there was not much. But you kind of max out your characters pretty quickly, and then they added that prestige mode, and it was relentless.
Yeah.
Yeah. Nope. I will never do that.
And I
I'll never
play
max
at
out those
night,
characters.
so everyone I'm with is a prestige 5, and they all hate me.
Yeah, anyone playing that game at this point, they're sweating real
Yeah.
bad. Those demons, they're brutal. Are you trying to play demons? I hear you're playing.
Right now I'm playing demons because I think you get more points playing demon.
Yeah, usually.
But demon
Pretty
is
man.
not fun.
It's fun when you win.
Yeah. I think that's probably one of the biggest issues with Evil Dead is I think demon's just so frustrating.
Yeah, they made a lot of changes to balance, and just never quite got it right. And then before they actually were getting to a point where it was getting better, they stopped supporting it.
Yeah. Breaks my heart.
Yeah, can that game get the Predator treatment? You know,
Actually, yeah, can it?
Random comeback? Yeah, random comeback? That'd be nice. Yeah, there's so much potential missed with that game. I mean, the amount of content that could have been, that hasn't been. It's a shame.
Yeah. But Predator's weird to bring back. I don't know. But I know you like Predator.
Yeah, it's fun. It's a fun game. It's one that, well, it's as close to F-13 in terms of like being casual.
Mhm.
Although, man, some Predators, the spammy Predators, they make me want to die. But yeah, like it's pretty casual. You don't have to sweat your ass off. You can just kind of run around and do dumb shit, kill AI.
I think
But
I
it's too
played it
linear.
on. I think I played it on PlayStation, so like the frame rate was like 5 FPS per second, and it sucked.
Yeah, now on PS5, you can turn the frame cap off, and it runs pretty smooth.
Oh, nice.
It's not bad. Yeah, it's not too bad. It's definitely better on PC, but it's not too bad. But yeah, that game was just a little too linear, and they never got out of the jungle. Despite the maps they
Yeah.
released, they never got out of the jungle.
All the maps are like, especially with Predator, when you can go to space. Like, I don't get it.
Yeah, they can do anything. I mean, they can go back in time. They can do prehistoric shit. We did a podcast way back when, before the game even came out, that was like, you could go to the Civil War. You could go.
Yeah.
You could go like you could do. Well, now you can do Prey. You can just straight up do what Prey did. Yeah, the option, and then you can go to Antarctica for like Alien vs Predator and things like that. They just never did.
I wanted the
So I hope
city.
that changes.
That's what I was waiting for.
Yeah, I hope that happens. I think what they struggled with was because of the tree mechanic and how Predator navigates.
Mhm.
They didn't know how to implement that into a space that didn't have the jungle.
That made sense.
I don't know. Hopefully that changes as they start to bring back content and release on next gen and yada yada.
Yeah. Ilphonic is kind of doing their thing right now.
They're cooking over there.
Killer Clowns, Predator, Ghostbusters.
Yeah. Yeah. The potential. Killer Clowns kills TCM.
Dude. I hope not.
People say that all the time.
Yeah.
I think the player base will be completely different.
Yeah.
Like,
It's like two complete different goals.
yeah, like us people that are watching like these streams and the diehard ASIM fans, like, yeah, we're gonna go play both. Like, we're gonna transfer from TCM to Killer Clowns and probably back and forth. But most of the people playing Killer Clowns are probably people that never even played TCM. Like that, not most, but probably a majority are just gonna be people that like, oh, that looks fun. That's something I'm gonna try out with my friends. Versus like, oh, I like TCM. I'm gonna play Killer Clowns too. That crossover isn't very high. Maybe the first like couple weeks will be like that, but after that, it kind of evens itself back out. It's why Dead by Daylight continues to do well.
Yep. You excited for that 1 week early access?
Yeah, that's nice. I was one that preferred that over a beta. I understand the use of a beta, but if they feel like they're in a good spot, then cool, let's get this thing out. We've been waiting a long time.
Yeah, it's gonna be fun. I wish it went to PAX.
See, I tried. I really tried, but I have no money. But one of these days.
Yeah.
Well, I guess I'll leave you alone.
No worries. Well, thanks for the talk, dude.
It's been a pleasure.
Have a good one. Bye to your stream. Enjoy your Thursday.
You streaming later?
I will be working later, unfortunately.
Oh, what about tomorrow or the next day?
I should be this weekend. It just depends on the whole party thing.
Oh yeah. All right, go buy a console today, and then we'll get started this weekend on that grind. Good luck. All right, I'll catch you later, man.
Later, dude.
See.
Alrighty. Sorry about that. That is Riley from Slash and Cash, guys. By the way, if you guys don't know, please check him out. I want to say first, thank you, Michelle, for the gifted. You're amazing, truly, and it went to Rand, which is awesome. I missed some of your guys' chats. I didn't have it pulled up ready for that, so sorry I missed some of these. But Evil Dead stream, bro. Evil Dead is so like, I don't know. It's hard to play Evil Dead in stream. Should I get Evil Dead, dude? It's the thing is, if you like the franchise, you'll have a lot of fun, but you got to know where it's at right now. It's not getting more content. And like he was saying, the player base is full of like really good players right now. Predator is weird. I don't know. I never really enjoyed the time that I played Predator. We need Predator, Killer Clowns to do a special RE4 streams. Yeah, listen, when games like Killer Clowns and stuff like that come out, it's gonna be fun to bounce back and forth. Beep Richie, what's up, dude? Just got back into Evil Dead 2. Yeah, I'm grinding it, dude. I gotta get to that max level. I need it on my Steam. Ace, you have a wonderful night. Thank you so much for hanging out with us. Need friends for Predator? That's probably, I think I just need friends in life. Can you apologize to all your members, please? I apologize if you need it. I don't even remember what he said. I also want to say thank you to Samuel for subscribing, the Riddler for 320, and Leah for 429. That's pretty much it, guys. I'm gonna get back to editing. So thank you so much for coming to hang out. And overall on the stream, dude, I think I'm pretty I'm okay with it. I'm glad that they admitted that they know, so hopefully they can get working on it. Yeah, I think this is the stream we needed. So listen, enjoy the rest of your Thursday. Okay, you deserve it. And have a wonderful rest of your day. Peace.